Hi everyone, Sky Rain here. After a crazy long time, I posted a video back in July 2019 giving you guys a little life update and promising to make more consistent content, and then I immediately broke that promise and hit you with 3 years of radio silence. So here we are back with another life update and hopefully a little less silence after this. So for starters, in my last video, I was talking a lot about my journey with a TBI, and I did end up getting that treatment from the chiropractic neurologist, and it did not help at all. So that was a huge disappointment because both of us were really confident that that was actually going to improve my symptoms, and it didn't do anything. So now I have a new neurologist, and she is incredible. She's very smart, and she's very dedicated to helping me feel better, and so hopefully we will be able to figure something out together. And in addition to that, in between my last video and now, I have had 4 different procedures. So in August of 2020, I got my wisdom teeth removed, so a super routine thing, no big deal. And then January 2022 is when things started getting interesting. I've had chronic, really weird, really awful GI symptoms since I was a kid, and I just kind of finally got sick of it, and so I was working really hard to get to the bottom of it. And in January last year, I had an endoscopy, and I had a few other scans and tests and things like that, and we figured out that I had something called median arcuate ligament syndrome, which is a pretty rare thing that pretty much means that the celiac artery that feeds blood into your stomach is compressed for whatever reason. So basically your stomach doesn't get enough blood that it needs to do its stomachy thing. So then in April that year, I had surgery to decompress that, and it went perfectly. My surgeon was incredible. He decompressed it, and it is still decompressed. Everything went really smoothly. It was kind of weird. I got 5 incisions in my stomach, and the recovery process from that was not something that I was really expecting, and definitely nothing like I've ever experienced before, but it went really well, and I'm really grateful for that. But we found out that the moles was actually not the cause of my symptoms. It was just an extra little bonus thing that my body threw at us. So now I'm working with some more GI specialists to try and figure out what's going on there. And then in September, Motley! He's being so noisy. In September of 2022, I had a septoplasty because apparently I had a very deviated septum, and almost 100% of my left nostril was completely blocked off, and so I was really not getting air through my nose like I should have. So I did that surgery, and that was the most painful thing I've ever been through, and recovery from that is not something I would wish on anyone. That was such a rough week, but now my nose looks nice and pretty and even, and everything is straight, and I can breathe through my nose again. However, I still feel like I cannot breathe through my chest. So I'm working with a pulmonologist as well to try and figure out why that is. So there have been a lot of appointments and tests and procedures and things with doctors to try and really figure out where all these physical symptoms are coming from and finally try to figure out how to fix them. So things are hopefully on an upward slope now. We still have a long way to go before we have answers, but we're looking for them. And so that's something that hasn't happened in a really long time, and I'm really excited to at least be on the right path. So that was that. And also in 2022, I had 2 family members that I loved very much pass away, and it was very, very difficult. And I'm still having a hard time. I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet, so grief does its thing. Motley, stop it! Sorry. So that's what I've been dealing with emotionally. And so that's been really hard, but I've had a lot of amazing family members and friends around me that have made that process a little easier. And also within the last year, Alex and I moved into our first home together, and we adopted a kitten. Her name is Appa, and we adopted a puppy, and his name is Motley, and we still have little Peeny Weenie, and we have a few fish, so we have a very full house, and I am so happy with our little family. Everything just feels so perfect and chaotic and wonderful, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I feel so grateful and so happy to have this experience. And in better news, I have also been accomplishing so many things personally. I am back in college. I have 1 year left until I have my bachelor's in social work, and I have a 3.97 GPA. I'm in my social work honor society. I am really just doing everything that I've always wanted to do educationally, but never really thought that I could. And so it's really amazing to prove to myself that I can do it, and I've been working really, really hard, and it's paying off, and I am so excited to see where I'm at and to see where I'm going. I also was accepted into the Clinton Global Initiative University cohort of 2022, and so with the resources provided by that, as well as an amazing scholarship community I'm a part of called the Puxta Foundation, I am working to open a nonprofit organization called JWB Recovery that supports anyone who's been affected by addiction for free. And so I'm very, very excited to get that up and rolling. And I was able to do an incredible fellowship with Teach for America this last semester. And I was a TA for one of my favorite professors. And it's just been such an amazing year, despite all of the really, really bad, hard things that have happened. It's been a very mixed bag, but I'm finally starting to feel optimistic and excited about life again, and that's such a beautiful feeling to have back. I feel like I'm finally crawling out of this hole that I was in for such a long time, and I'm so happy to just finally start to feel happy again, and I just wanted to share that with all of you. And I would really love it if you would share in the comments something that you're proud of or excited for, or just something that's going really well for you right now, so we can celebrate that together. And as always, if there's anything that you are struggling with or anything that I can do to help you in any way, my email is in the description of this video, and please don't hesitate to reach out. And those are pretty much the big updates, the big changes in my life over the last 3 years, and I really hope that I can keep posting and sharing things with you. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with my YouTube quite yet, so I don't know what kind of content you're going to be getting or how frequent you're going to be getting it, but I know more is coming, and I will also be posting more content on my JWB Recovery YouTube page, which I will also link in the description, so you can check me out over there too if you're interested in more informational and anecdotal videos surrounding that part of my life. And I just really look forward to connecting with you more, and I'm so glad to be back. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and for just being here with me.